Am I the asshole for wearing crab pants and a tie to work?
Crab pants?
I have to say, when I read this story, I was actually on a flight home from a work conference that I had worn white pants with a blue crab pattern on. So this one really jumped out at me.
Okay. I don't know what crab pants are. Just pants with crabs on them?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Literally, crab pants.
Okay.
I, 30 female, got a new job during the pandemic, and it's at a tech startup, and I've been working remotely the whole time so far. I met some coworkers on a very short business trip last year, but we were all pretty much wearing the same clothing the whole time since we were traveling. Today I had to go to the office with the rest of our city staff for an investor and client meeting. I don't really own any business clothes. On the trip, I wore my one pair of jeans. Usually, I like wearing really bright, funky clothing, especially if it's got a pinup or a 70s vibe. The closest thing I had to business casual was a pair of white pants with crabs on them. Wait, was OP wearing my exact pants?
Maybe.
Did I write this? Because I was on a trip. The closest thing I had to business casual was a pair of white pants with crabs on them. I had a button-up shirt, but it was bright pink, and I borrowed a tie from my boyfriend. The day went okay. I got a few looks from other people, and a few people said that they liked my crab pants. One of the investors even said that they really liked them. Near the end of the day, one of the women on the design team pulled me aside, saying that my outfit today was unprofessional, and my pants were childish, and that I was distracting, and my tie looked like a cry for attention. I said plenty of people were wearing ties, and she told me to take it off for the last client meeting since they were a big client, but I told her she was being sexist, and I refused to take it off. The client did stare a little bit, but the meeting went well, and my presentation seemed to go well overall. A few other ladies from the design team messaged me to say that my outfit was unprofessional. We ended up arguing, and we're having a Zoom meeting with the HR lady tomorrow to mediate. Was I the asshole? Should I have worn something else?
I mean, does wearing something that other people think is unprofessional, does that make you an asshole? No.
This kind of pulls at my heartstrings a little bit because
you have crab pants. Because I myself wear crab pants.
Because I wore crab pants to a professional work meeting. However, I think that no matter what you wear doesn't take away from your intelligence level. I hate to be the person that says, oh, you have to wear business clothing to your business job, because that doesn't make you any smarter than the person next to you. And quite honestly, people that are very successful in business might not have an eye for fashion.
Yeah.
Let's be real. I work in science. If I didn't wear scrubs every day, my outfits would be horrendous. But that doesn't mean I'm not good at my job. And really, this person could have gone in, crushed their presentations. The investors could have loved them and loved the crab pants just because some old lady on the HR team didn't like the way you look.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think that this one could go either way because I agree with all of that. And I think the idea of wearing business clothes is sometimes pointless. What is the point? In our society, why is it that businessmen wear suits and business ladies wear suits?
Whatever it is.
They all wear suits, I guess. I get it, but a blazer is only professional because we think it's professional. And I think as years go on, more and more types of clothing are being accepted in office settings and being seen as professional. So, yeah. If I was in a meeting and someone I was meeting with was wearing funky pants, would I care? No. But it's possible that old executives or potentially new clients have a certain idea in their mind of the person they want to hire. And if they want to hire someone that's the most professional, they might judge you. They might just straight up judge you. It doesn't mean that it's right or that you're wrong for wearing that, but it's just facts. In the United States, people judge other people based off their clothing. So when you're in a professional setting, if you're wearing something that's not professional, so sad but true, people are going to judge you. Yeah. People could think that you're weird. They could think you're unprofessional. They could think that you can't read the room and you don't know how to dress for a meeting. How are you going to know how to perform professionally?
Yeah.
I've just had people work for me where I didn't love what they were wearing and I felt so bad about it, but the whole entire day was on the back of my mind and I was like, oh, I wish that person was wearing something more professional because the client is seeing us all day.
Yeah.
And I want to be judged to the highest standard.
Yeah.
And I want to look like the most professional people here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of on the side of the boss in this situation. I don't know. I don't think OP's an asshole though. But I think that it's not bad to have a dress code in a private business.
So I guess where my mind has kind of gone with this is that it doesn't sound that the outfit was unprofessional.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
It, like, you know, for example, the crab pants that I wore to this conference that I went to, I wore those because they're dress pants.
Yeah.
They're designer brands that, yes, have crabs printed on them, but I was in the South in a warm weather in...
I love that you're just like justifying your crab pants. You're like, guys, please.
Listen,
it was in the South.
I was in the South in warm weather. It fit the climate. If I had worn a suit, I would have been sweating to death. Yeah. And other people were in business casual outfits that were much less professional than my crab pants were. So I think that my issue with trying to defend OP here is that she doesn't sound like she was unprofessional.
Yeah.
Just because you don't like that a woman wore a tie or wore crab pants doesn't mean that she wasn't in business professional clothing. Just because there was a print on it.
Wait, is it a woman? Is OP a woman?
OP is a 30-year-old female.
Okay.
She's wearing a button down.
Okay. Button down
and a
dress
tie.
shirt and a tie with like slacks that happen to have a print on them. Yes. I feel like that's different.
That's what I think this is.
Okay, no, I agree with you. Just because they are patterned doesn't mean they're unprofessional.
Don't come for the crab pants.
Yes, true. But as someone who has hired other people and been like kind of crazy about what they wear, I can see where the HR and where the higher ups are coming from, because other people can be so judgmental.
Yeah.
And when you're in a business setting, it's easiest to just avoid getting judged. Like, of course, we want to change the standard. And we're like, you know what? Doesn't matter what you are. You can be intelligent.
Right.
The sad truth is, when you're having a business meeting and you just need to get in and get out and get it done and get the client, you're going to do what's easiest,
that's
you know?
True. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, don't get me wrong. I have yet to wear my crab pants to a job interview or anything, you know, serious. But yeah, you're right. Now, I do think that, like, there is a standard for reason, and I definitely uphold that standard. I mean, as much as I wear scrubs every day, don't go to work, like, in dirty, wrinkled looking scrubs. Like, I go to work looking professional every day. Yeah. I think that what this also sort of boils down to is, did the person who told her to take off the tie have the right to do that too? Because now this is going to HR. And if we're looking at strictly the facts, and this comes up to HR's table, and HR has to mediate, are they going to look at this and say, you had the right to tell this employee to remove her tie? No. Would you tell a man to remove his tie?
Right.
You can't just tell someone to remove their tie because you don't like it.
I'm curious about that too, because did the coworker tell her you need to get changed? Or...
Near the end of the day, one of the women on the design team pulled me aside saying my outfit was unprofessional, my pants were childish, and the tie looked like a cry for attention. She told me to take it off for our final meeting, but I told her she was being sexist and I refused. And then a few other ladies from the design team messaged me later in the day to say I was unprofessional. We ended up arguing, and tomorrow we have a meeting with HR.
Yeah, I feel like if they are not on her team and like her manager, they shouldn't have said anything to her unless they wanted to come at her from a friendly angle and be like, hey, our last meeting, they're really serious. Like, they might judge us based off how we look. Do you think you would look better without the tie? It might just look a little more professional for today or something like that. Right. Instead of being like, your pants are childish. Right. You look bad, or like take it off.
Obviously, that wasn't their MO if it's going to HR.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they wouldn't have the right to say that.
If you're worried about OP being professional, you can hold yourself in a professional manner and conduct yourself professionally. And you're not doing that by calling her childish and acting sexist and telling her what to do. You want to be professional. You're worried about what OP is wearing. Speak to OP like you're a professional.
Yeah. It sucks that there's such a stereotype around what is considered to be professional clothing. But I guess, like, you could say that about any type of dress code. Like, earlier I was going to get into the idea of, like, a blazer is only professional because we think it's professional in society. We just see it as professional. And then I'm like, well, you could say the same thing as, like, an evening gown. You're like, an evening gown is only black tie because we make it black tie. And it's like, yeah, that's facts. And that's just how society is. And it doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Right.
But I mean, it sucks that they were like making fun of her for her outfit choices. But I don't know. I am just so critical of myself and my subcontractors that I hire to work for me when a client is present. And I just feel like dressing to a higher standard makes people look at you and think differently about you. It can be sad that we're based off of how we look and what we wear, but it's just kind of facts. And I don't know how to change that. And I think it is slowly changing. Like, there are more types of clothing that are accepted in office settings, like we said earlier. But it's going to take a long time and, like, many, many years and many people wearing those things until it becomes a standard. Yeah. And so I don't think you can change the standard overnight. And to an extent, I kind of believe in the standard as a business owner who is, like, trying to impress clients. Like, I'm kind of on the HR side.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, OP. I think the crab pants are probably so cute.
I think that if the outfit worked and it looked professional, then it's fine. Yeah. Like, let's be real, not to defend anything again, but like, I wore crab pants to a conference. Everyone said they looked good. Everyone, like, it was totally professional. Yeah. There was no questions asked. Yeah. I mean, unless it was said behind my back. But no one said, Erin, take that off before you go into one more meeting today.
I just got an email from HR.
Shoot, and let's cut this short. No, like, there was no problems with them. The crab pants were fine. So I think that it really depends on how the outfit truly looked and what the issue really was.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, because I want to be able to wear pajamas to work. Isn't that awesome?
Slammin' jammers.
Fun fact, I'm currently wearing my friend's ex-boyfriend's pajama pants.
Nice.
They're very comfortable.
Nice.
They were way too small on him, and they're too big on me.
Cute. I'm wearing my own clothes, and I would wear crab pants if I had to.